What if I told you that making a man addicted to you isn't about how you look, how often you text, or how many dates you say yes to? It's about something far more powerful, the emotional buttons that trigger his deepest desires and instincts. When you know how to press these buttons the right way, he can't help but think about you, crave your presence, and prioritize you in ways that feel effortless. Here's the thing. Men may not talk about emotions the way women do, but they're wired for emotional connection. And when you tap into that wiring, you stop competing with every other woman out there, because now you're speaking directly to his heart and mind. In this video, I'm breaking down 7 emotional buttons that make a man not just like you, but feel emotionally drawn to you in a way he can't shake off. Number 6 is a game changer. It flips his commitment switch without you ever asking for it. Ready to discover the secret to irresistible emotional chemistry? Let's dive in. We often hear that men are simple or visual, but the truth is, men are deeply emotional, just in a different way. They rarely say it, but what keeps them hooked isn't your looks alone. It's the way you make them feel. If you've ever wondered why some women seem to have men chasing them effortlessly, it's not luck, it's emotional intelligence. They know how to create experiences that men can't forget. So today, I'll reveal 7 powerful emotional triggers that make men feel seen, valued, and connected. So much that they become addicted to you. This isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding human psychology and building genuine, lasting attraction. Let's start with emotional button number 1. It's the foundation for everything else. 1. The respect button. Every man craves respect, not just in his career, but in his relationship. When he feels respected, his sense of worth skyrockets, and he associates that feeling with you. How do you trigger this button? Simple. Acknowledge his efforts. Say things like, "I really admire how focused you are on your goals. That's rare." Why does this work? Because respect speaks to a man's identity. Psychology calls this ego validation. It's not about inflating his ego, it's about recognizing what matters most to him, his ability to provide, protect, or achieve. The twist: respect doesn't mean blind agreement. You can challenge him, but do it in a way that shows you value his perspective. That combination creates a magnetic pull. Bottom line, respect is the language of love for many men. Speak it, and you'll notice how much harder he works to keep you in his life. 2. The admiration button. Respect is essential, but admiration takes it to another level. Admiration says, "Not only do I respect you, I am proud to be associated with you." This emotional high is addictive for men. Practical tip: admire something unique about him, not something surface level like his looks. Try this. "The way you stay calm under pressure? That's impressive. Most people would lose it." Why does this hit so deep? Because it validates his strengths in a way most people overlook. Men crave to feel capable and strong in the eyes of someone they value. When you reflect that back, it becomes emotional fuel. Psychology insight. Admiration is tied to dopamine, the reward chemical. When he feels admired, his brain lights up, and guess who he associates that feeling with? You. The secret is sincerity. Fake praise feels empty. Real admiration builds emotional addiction. 3. The appreciation button. Here's a truth bomb. Men rarely admit this, but they fear being taken for granted. Appreciation is the antidote to that fear. Say things like, "I really appreciate how you always make time for me, even when you're busy." Why does this matter? Because appreciation affirms his effort. It tells him, "I see what you do, and it matters." This is powerful because effort is tied to investment, and when he feels his investment is valued, he invests more. Psychology fact. Humans repeat behaviors that get positive reinforcement. When you appreciate him genuinely, you condition him to want to please you. Not because you demanded it, but because it feels good for him. Tip: don't reserve appreciation for grand gestures. Acknowledge the small things too. It builds emotional intimacy and keeps him coming back for more. 4. The playfulness button. Want to make a man addicted to you? Make him associate you with fun. Most men live in a world full of pressure, deadlines, bills, responsibilities. When you become his safe place to laugh and relax, you become irresistible. Examples of playful texts. Serious question: who would win in a dance-off, you or a caffeinated squirrel? Why does this work? Because laughter releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Playfulness lowers stress and builds emotional closeness. The key: balance. Playful doesn't mean immature or constant teasing. It's about adding lightness when life feels heavy. Bottom line: if he smiles when he sees your name pop up on his phone, you've pressed the playfulness button. And trust me, he'll crave more of that energy. 5. The appreciation of his masculinity button. Modern dating often overlooks this. Men want to feel masculine, not in a toxic way, but in the sense of being valued for what they bring to the relationship. When you appreciate his strength, skills, or ability to protect, it taps into his core wiring. Say things like, "I feel so safe when I'm with you," or "You always know how to make me feel calm." Why does this work? Because men are biologically wired to seek roles where they feel useful and needed. Appreciating his masculine traits affirms that identity. This doesn't mean pretending to be helpless. It means acknowledging his contribution. That small validation can create a deep emotional bond he won't want to break. 6. The "You inspire me" button. This is the big one, the commitment trigger. When you make a man feel like he inspires you to be better, he feels like he has a meaningful role in your life, and that's powerful. Example: talking to you always motivates me to push harder. I love that energy. Why does this create addiction? Because men want to feel irreplaceable. When he believes he adds real value to your life, not just fun, not just romance, he invests emotionally. Psychology. Fact: the need for significance is one of the strongest human drives. When you tie that to him, he bonds with you on a deeper level. 7. The emotional safety button. Finally, the most underrated button, making him feel safe to be vulnerable. Society teaches men to hide emotions. So, when you create a space where he can share without judgment, it's rare, and rare is irresistible. How do you do this? Listen without interrupting. Validate his feelings instead of fixing them. Say things like, "I appreciate you trusting me with that. It means a lot." Why does this work? Because emotional safety builds trust, and trust is the foundation of lasting connection. When he feels he can be his full self with you, the strong and the soft, he want to let you go. So, there you have it. The 7 emotional buttons that make a man addicted to you. Respect, admiration, appreciation, playfulness, appreciation of his masculinity. You inspire me. Emotional safety. These aren't tricks. They're insights into what makes human connection thrive. Use them with authenticity, and you'll notice something amazing. When a man feels emotionally fulfilled, he doesn't just want you, he chooses you every single day. Which of these emotional buttons are you already pressing without realizing it? And which one will you try first? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because in the next video, we're revealing 10 texts that flip his chase. Switch on instantly. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. It's pure gold for keeping the spark alive.